Hello everyone, I'm just done my workout today. And for those who are missing this in the morning, I think I'll just repeat it now. Mau bahasa or English nih? Bahasa aja yuk. Atau campur-campur deh. Gimana enaknya aja. Sorry. So how are you guys today? It's a Saturday morning, very bright, very sunny. I think it's best to start the day with some good workout to release some endorphin. What is endorphin? Endorphin is basically it's a molecule produced in the brain. Singkatan dari endogenous morphine. So that's why people abuse some substance like morphine and heroin. Basically, they just want to get high. But you know what? We don't have to use those substances. There are many ways we can feel happy about, feel high, feel relaxed, euphoria. And I'm going to tell you just now, okay? So basically endorphin, endogenous morphine, is a molecule produced in the brain. To be exact, it is in pituitary, in hypothalamus. Pituitary is a part of hypothalamus. It's inside of our brain. Kalau kita tarik tuh di belakang mata deh, posisinya sekitar di situ ya. Jadi dia sifatnya sebenarnya fungsinya dia memang natural painkiller. Jadi that's why when we have so much pain, inflammations in our body, kita tuh berasa badan capek, pegel, ngilu. That's why when we have this endorphin, semuanya itu dia akan dikurangin karena dia sifatnya painkiller. So we don't have to take painkiller medicine. We don't have to use any illegal drugs to feel euphoria, to kill the pain. We just produce it ourselves in our brain. Nah, jadi fungsinya itu ya endorphin. Fungsi lainnya itu adalah menjaga blood pressure, temperature, dan again is about relaxing and feel high, euphoria. Endorphin itu apa aja yang kita produce? Ada alpha, beta, gamma, dan sigma. Beta endorphin inilah yang banyak jumlahnya di badan kita dan bisa kita cek kadarnya. Baik itu radio immune assay, lewat blood test atau urine test. So we can go to the laboratory to get the blood or urine or radio immune assay test. So we know, are we depressed because of something or because we are lacking in endorphin or something else? Kita bisa cek. But happiness, depressions, it's not just about this endorphin. There are many other factors. Tapi salah satunya adalah ini, karena ini adalah molekul yang kita bisa kontrol untuk bisa produksi. So it's within our control. How to control, how to use, how to improve it. Pertama lewat diet lah ya, karena apa yang kita konsumsi itu pasti ngaruh banget ke kesehatan kita. Lahir batin ya. Jadi like I said also, endorphin is a chemical molecule. Everything that we feel, happy, sad, and everything is it's a chemical reaction. Sorry, ada doggy di luar jadi rada distract. So it's a chemical reactions. And how to boost it? Kita fokus ke protein rich diet ya. Kenapa kita fokus ke protein rich diet? Ada dua hal penting. Satu, amino acid yang dihasilkan dari protein yang ada di protein itu adalah salah satu cara untuk menstimulate release of endorphin ya. Selain itu, protein rich diet akan membantu kita kalau kita rajin workout dengan fokus ke muscle building ya, karena muscle itu, our body is a protein. Bodybuilding, everything is made from protein ya. Kita punya daging itu protein, jadi kita makan daging juga kita untuk memperkaya protein. Dan ketika kita build muscle, dengan the more muscle we have, the less fat we have, our longevity itu bakalan naik ya. Kita awet muda, sehat terus gitu. Dan kedua adalah kalau kita fokus ke protein rich diet, kita tidak ada efek ketergantungan. Karena kalau kita makan carbohydrate, sugars, everything that gives us high feeling also, high euphoria, relax sensation, itu enggak ngerilis endorphin tapi lebih ke dopamin. Dopamin also a chemical reactions yang kita merasakan high juga. Tapi the downside of it is ketika kita release dopamine by having sugary food, carbohydrate rich food, itu akan menimbulkan efek ketergantungan. Seperti halnya dengan kita alkohol, substance like heroin or itu segalanya will bring us high, but it will have addictions. So that's not really a side effect that we want, right? And especially if we eat carbs, blood sugar naik, and then we become insulin resistant, diabetic. It's a long story there. I will talk about this in a future IGTV, okay? Next, beside protein-rich diet, we focus on omega-3. Omega-3 such as salmon and any kind of fish that we caught from the sea. Nggak harus salmon ya, kayaknya ikan-ikan produksi dalam negeri nggak kalah juga. Kayak misalnya ikan apa tuh yang tinggi lemak tuh, ikan patin, ikan gabus, kembung, makarel is very good ya. It's very high in omega-3 and teri juga bagus ya. Omega-3 rich diet. So basically fish. And kalau misal kita kurang pun kita bisa ambil supplementation omega-3 tablet ya. Pastikan kita cari yang sumbernya benar-benar bagus ya. So we have to learn to read the label, the ingredients. Where does it come from? Where the fish come from? And then what other ingredients? Is there any preservative? Apakah ada coloring agent, pengawet, something like this? Learn to read the label. Next is girl's best friend, coklat. Tapi kita fokus ke raw kakao ya. Coklat, dark chocolate. Raw kakao bukan cocoa, bukan coklat batangan yang manis-manis ya. Raw kakao itu benar-benar diproduksi dari biji kakao yang kita giling jadi bubuk kakao. Nah, di situ vitamin mineralnya masih tinggi dan itu belum oxidize dan tanpa sugar gitu. Kalaupun kita mau tambah sugar, tambah madu boleh. Anything that natural ya. I think it's better than white sugar because you know white sugar is such I call it legalized drugs karena benar-benar bikin addiction ya. So yeah, we have to be smart in choosing the sweeteners. Terus yang terakhir, fresh organic vegetables and fruits. Kita pastikan dari yang organik, jadi nggak kena pestisida. Local fruit is best because then if we cut the long supply chains, I think it will be better for the environment in the long run. And then atau nanam sendiri. Some people are already starting to grow their own vegetables in their yards. I think it's very good. But make sure we have a balanced diet, not just vegetables only, not just meat only. We take what we need for our body. Second, we try to improve our lifestyle. First, exercise is a must ya. I think general rule is as long as you get active, as long as you always have a nice active life, doesn't have to go to gym every morning, but as long as you're active, get your sweat out, feeling good about yourself, I think it's a good way instead of just bangun pagi main handphone, tiduran malas-malesan ya. It doesn't give you any endorphin at all. Yeah, but exercise di sini I prefer really weight training karena in the long run the more muscle you have, the less fat you have, your longevity will increase. You will feel younger, stronger, and it's nice. It's nice to have a nice shape. It's nice to have a good positive mindset. And I think it's good in the long run. Ya, jadi nggak harus treatment yang terlalu mahal-mahal. As long as we know how to do it, from exercise, body composition, muscle building, it's just one of the best way and cheaper way than go to doctor, I think. Kedua, massage. Oh ladies, let's do our massage, spa, everything that makes your mood better, let's just do it. You know, once a week we go to a spa, massage, either pijit relax atau pijit limpatik ya. Everything that melancarkan peredaran darah, melancarkan limpatik, pembuangan, detox, meringankan otot-otot yang pegal kali ya. Massage is just one of my favorite activity to get me endorphin. Third, kita bisa coba acupuncture. atau electroacupuncture. Jadi yang dialirin listrik itu, it really stimulate the release of endogenous morphine. It really stimulate the productions of endorphin in our pituitary. How I know? Because I read the literature also, bahwa memang electroacupuncture specifically meningkatkan endorphin. That is exactly what I'm going to do after this. Buat yang mau nanya acupuncture yang bagus di mana, you can ask me ya. Last but not least, I think this is my favorite topic. It's supplementation regime. Supplementation, again, it's not a medicine. Yeah, supplementation is a way of we trying to supplement what our body lacking to obtain from the daily diet. Kadang kita makan kurang sempurna pemilihannya, karena kan kita juga nggak ngerti persisnya berapa persen karbohidrat, protein, vitamin A, B, C, all the mineral, everything else. Kita nggak bisa tahu persisnya. Nah, cuman dengan kita punya segala symptoms, gejala, kita bisa at least kita bisa predik ya, oh I think I'm lacking in this nutrient, that nutrient. Misalnya kita susah tidur, mungkin bisa dibantu magnesium, GABA untuk relax gitu. Oh kita misal digestion kurang, kita bisa tambah enzim, kita bisa tambah dengan asidnya lewat apple cider vinegar, and many of these things kita bisa belajar sendiri ya, because supplementation is not medicine. Dan supplementation ini I forgot to write here. Basically there are two types. One is herbal. Herbal is made of plants, dari herb ya, herbal, yang bisa membantu meningkatkan segala fungsi di badan kita yang kita mungkin kekurangan gitu. Supplementation jenis kedua adalah, yang pertama herbal, yang kedua memang zat sintetis itu sebenarnya sintetis karena memang diproduksi di laboratory ya, but it comes from something yang kita harus baca di labelnya, such as magnesium itu dari mana, vitamin A dari mana, vitamin B dari mana gitu. Jadi supplementation ini yang kita konsumsi untuk melengkapi kebutuhan gizi kita gitu. Misal vitamin A kurang, vitamin B gitu, kita bisa pilih ya vitamin C, D, dan seterusnya. Berkaitan dengan endorphin, I think the most important supplementation is of course multivitamins ya, karena dengan kita kecukupan vitamin mineral, badan kita berfungsi dengan lebih baik, no inflammation, no pain gitu. Jadi kita produksi endorphin juga lebih stabil. Kedua, amino acid, again ini berhubungan dengan diet ya. Kalau kita proteinnya cukup, kita akan cukup amino acid. Walaupun kadang mungkin pemilihan proteinnya kurang pas, kita bisa tambah lagi dengan misalnya yang buat suka nge-gym BCAA atau tipe amino acid lain yang kita bisa ambil. Misal yang paling penting kayaknya sih phenylalanin ya, itu berhubungan langsung dengan endorphin. Yang dari herbal bisa rhodiola, rosea, dan chamomile atau lavender. Basically ini kalau yang rhodiola itu meningkatkan energi ya. Jadi ketika kita lebih berenergi itu kita juga bisa do more workout dan kita bisa release endorphin. Untuk chamomile dan lavender itu lebih untuk gives you some kind of relaxations yang in the end it really release the tensions in our system. Nah, kurang lebih begitu ya soal endorphin. It's very interesting loh. Karena we'll never know. People sometimes say, oh, just be happy, just be positive. But how to get it? Actually, there are formula to reach states of happiness. The happiness is in our side, literally in our side. It is in our body, it's in ourself. Literally ya. Karena kita bisa produce this by doing these things. I'm not saying that I'm the most happiest person in the world, not at all. But by having a lot of challenges and problems about things in my life, I think the more I read, the more I need to learn, and once I learn about all of this, I really love to share with you guys, and I hope this becomes beneficial for you. Semoga bermanfaat ya. Nanti topik lainnya menyusul. I think there are a lot of things to discuss, such as ada dopamine, and my most favorite topic itu about blood sugar management. Because you'll never know whether bahwa blood sugar management itu penting banget untuk memanage health dan longevity. Okay, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for watching. Bye.